Welcome back to the Sometimes Builds. We are most definitely not in my garage working on cars today. Join me? Good morning, happy Saturday. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing something a little bit different. You notice we're not in the garage, we're down here in my basement. Sarah calls it the dungeon. But anyways, we are going to be setting up the BambuLab P1S 3D printer. My 2020 hobby during the lockdown, pandemic, whatever, was 3D printing and painting. I had Creality printers and I made, as you see, this Mjolnir. I also made Stormbreaker, full size, as you see, the axe fully painted and everything, along with Captain America shields, Star Wars stuff. So as you can see, I like to print big things, fuse them together and make, you know, cool props that you can't usually get. So I heard the BambuLab P1S 3D printer was pretty solid, pretty reliable, and I have been getting real tired of my Creality printer. So we're going to try it out today. So let's get started. Let's get this thing unboxed. I'm going to first start off with taking the top off. Now this isn't my first 3D printer. I've had Creality printers before. I've also had the Aqua, something like that. I forget what it is. But this one, I lean toward this one because I am just tired of messing with the 3D printers. I'm so tired of having to take the circuitry apart, take it to Uncle Charlie's, get him to fix it, tinker around with it just to bring it back, and then it doesn't work again. This one is supposed to be you just use it, you just print. This is for people who want to print. So we're gonna see. Is that true? Is that accurate? So let's get all this out. And you just pick the printer up and take it right out. Inside the box comes 3 spools of filament, and these look like to be just from pretty random colors. We have a PLA Basic, this is green. We have another PLA Basic in orange, and a bamboo support for PLA, only used for support interface. So you can have special filament for just the supports. That's interesting. And then also comes the clock components kit for the printer. This is the BambuLab P1S combo. So this comes with the multi spool, so you can put in different kinds of filament. I can put in all 3 of these filaments at the same time. You can choose what colors you want on each section of the print, and the printer will automatically pull out the other filament and change it to green, and then change it to orange. And then if it's doing some supports, it'll change it to the support filament. 3D printer quick start guide. I've heard these printers are insanely easy to set up. We're gonna see how true that is, because I'm gonna do this right on camera. This might be a longer video. This isn't a tutorial. You're just gonna follow along with me as I do this installation, and we'll see how easy it is. I've heard everything's color labeled. Everything's really nice and organized in this quick start guide. So we're gonna go through this together and get this printer set up from start to finish. Take off the tape. And then take off this glass panel right here. And this isn't a 3D print channel. As you know, this is the Sometimes Builds. This is real life. So as I experience different technologies, different projects, I'm bringing you along with me. So we're gonna see what can you do with a BambuLab 3D printer. What kind of things can we make? Will it benefit the channel in other ways? Or will we be working on the van again and need like a plastic part for, I don't know, an AC control knob, and we just, instead of buying it, just print it out? So we're just adding this to the arsenal, and we're gonna set this up together. So first things first is everything is stored inside the printer. They wasted no space with this packaging. So you see inside of here, there's a bunch of foam covering everything and keeping it protected. Throw the foam to the side, more foam in the front. There is this box of accessories right here that needs to come out. The AMS system, as they call it, is sitting here in the middle. So inside this accessory box, obviously accessories, power cable, got that. This looks like a power control cable for the printer. Put those to the side. This is the 0.4 millimeter hot end. Hot end meaning this is what melts the filament. This is what actually is putting it on the bed. This is an accessory for the spool holder if you don't have the combo. Some documentation and legal stuff. Bracket of some sort, we'll figure out what that is. A bag of accessories like thermal grease, looks like a spring, looks like spare parts. And BambuLab does a great job of pointing out everything you need to do. It basically says, take your Allen key here and remove these 2 bolts, and then this will release this AMS system that was set in there for shipping. And then the AMS will just lift straight out. Just make sure you don't hit anything as it's coming out. There's a tube here on the side. Don't let that get caught. This whole piece of plastic is only for shipping the AMS inside of the unit. There are 4, as you see here, 1, 2, 3, 4 arrows, and then these need to also come out. Once those 4 screws are removed, you can just lift this whole thing out and take it aside. You don't need it anymore. Next step is to remove the cardboard from the build head itself. Scoot it over a little bit if necessary. There we go. Get that away, get that out of there. And then, a little hard to see, but right here on the inside there's another piece of foam. Just have to lift it and take it out. Next is preparing the AMS module. First we'll do a peel. Got to do the satisfying peel, then we can lift this up and take it off the sides. Inside of the AMS is a bag of a bunch of straws for the filament. I'm going to do the AMS setup after because there's some work that needs to be done inside on the hotbed. So we'll set this up and then we'll come back and install the AMS. For whatever reason, it's next in the manual, but it's all right. Next, we need to unlock the hotbed and then install the screen. So we want to remove the 3 screws with an Allen key H2 to unlock the bed. And then same thing, there's 1, 2, 3, and then the bed will be unlocked. Now this is a type of printer where the bed just moves up and down. Now it doesn't say take out the foam yet, so we're gonna follow along and not get too far ahead. So now I'm gonna open the screen because I have a feeling that you can't raise the bed until you power it up. There's a piece of tape here that gets removed. And then this simply plugs right into the back. It can only go in one way. It is fixed. And the cable will feed back in just a little bit. And we'll slide the screen on and slide it to the left to lock it in place. So that's interesting. Directions don't mention how to get the foam out from under there. But we followed everything up until now, so we'll just keep rocking with it. So next thing, it wants me to download the iOS app, which is called Bambu Handy. Okay, so we're on the Bambu Handy app and it says, okay, download the app, register and log into your account. So I'll go over to me, sign in, sign up, enter a verification code, and then we're signed in. Then from there, we need to use the Bambu Handy to scan the QR code on the screen and your printer will bind with the app. Over here on the bench now, this is the shelf that I had all of my Creality printers. Up here at the top it says, before use, please verify that you have read the user manual carefully. Yes. Before use, make sure that you have removed the screws that fix the hotbed. Yes. I'm in North America, and then we just scan this QR code. Finally, let's run the self-test routine to check the status of your printer. Self-testing, I'll open the door so you can see. Good time to pull out this while the bed is raised. Got those out. It's doing a self-test. So as you start it up, it will just do a self-test and start leveling the bed, working the motors. Now notice that this isn't a bed slinger. They call them bed slingers because the bed will move back and forth, and that could make the prints get a little wobbly. So this just moves up and down on these screws right here. Now this is going to take a bit. I watched on the videos online. It'll do this for like 30 minutes because it's going to calibrate itself to be quiet when it's running. So it's working out after all the shipping, after all the manufacturing, it's going and it's seeing what the vibrations are, how loud they are. You can hear it ramping all the way up with how it moves around. So it knows how much noise it makes. So I'm gonna let it do this and we'll come back in a little bit. All right, so we're back. You watched the whole setup here. Now it wants to do a firmware update. So it's gonna go from 1.5.1.0 to 1.6.1.2. And we'll let that run now to get this absolutely updated. Also want to note here that I didn't follow the directions fully. It says in red at the bottom, do not remove protective foam from beneath from beneath the hotbed until after initial calibration is complete. Well, I hope that doesn't mess anything up. Other than that, it provides no other instructions on the AMS other than removing a screw and reinserting it with the spool holder. So after it updates, I'll shut it down, spin it around, and we'll put that on the back. While we're waiting for that to finish, we'll open up this. So inside is a bag to soak up any moisture, and there's a little label on there that says to remove it. So we'll take those labels off, remove that, which I don't know how that works if it's in a plastic bag. Other than that, it looks like there's no other real setup to this. Except on the back side, there's a connection here, and then here's the plastic hose that will go onto the back of the printer. Shut it down, spin it around, and then you see here, there's the out and the in. And then this is where we need to line the tube up on this spool changer into there and then plug it in. So this short one, it only goes in one way. It has a clip on it, so it only can go in one way. That plugs in there, that plugs in there. This plugs in the side here. Again, it can only go in one way. And then I would like to be able to put this next to the printer. So it looks like with how the cable is routed, we're gonna need to slide this down to about the middle of the workbench, and then put this off to the side. I really don't want to put it on top. You see, I don't have any space up here. There's a light right there for seeing. So I'm gonna try and get this as close as possible. All right, so I fed the tube in the back. It's pretty straightforward, it only goes in one way. And then the cable on the back as well. I'm gonna get a thing of the new filament. I wanna test this with good filament. So I'm gonna pop open this PLA plastic green, looks like. So again, I'm just going off of the basic instructions where it says just put in some filament, feed it in the hole. There's a little clip you hold down, and then you should be good to print the first print. It sees the AMS. There's a little light here on the front of the AMS saying that there's green, or that there's filament loaded. So let's see what happens. Let's see how this first print goes. This is automatic setup. This is no actual calibration other than what it does. You don't have to put a piece of paper under there. The other printers, you just have to put a piece of paper to see if it's like the right measurement, and then balance the hot board, the hot plate. But this looks like none of that's needed. I am very excited to see, does it just come out of the box, drop in here, and go. Up here on the top, you see there's the menu on the side, home, and then a couple other icons down there is the file icon. So this first one is the hot end. It's showing that it is at 200 degrees, and then the bed is 50 of 55. And it looks like it is now starting to. It's gonna take 1 hour and 40 minutes to do this print. Wow, it's just pulling in the green. You used to have to do that manually. You used to have to push that through and it would get stuck on everything. Wow. You just feed it some filament and go. Over here on the left side, there's a webcam. So you can watch and take time lapses of the print going. Wow, that's really cool. And that fan is moving in the back. That's crazy. So that's about it for right now. I'm gonna let this print, we'll finish this test print, and then probably after we'll come back down, take a look at it. It looks like 1 hour and 30 minutes for whatever it is I picked. I'll show you the built-in site that BambuLabs has, how to get a print from there, and then how easy it is to send it to the printer afterwards. We'll just let this test print go, and then we'll do a little more advanced stuff with the different filaments. I don't have too many colors. I have this green, I have this orange, and I have gray, but you know, we'll find something used with green, orange, and gray. I'm getting some more filament, but it's not gonna be here for a few days, so we'll give this a shot. Come back in a little bit. Hey, welcome back. It's been about a week now, a week exactly actually, since I got this printer, and I am blown away. As I mentioned, I had Creality, I think it was the something 10S printer, and I I've had a couple Crealities and I've experienced a couple other printers through Charlie. This printer blows them out of the water. For somebody who just wants to print, send something to the printer, go, be done with it, take it off the plate, send the next one, go. This is the printer to get. Absolutely is the printer to get. I am very impressed. Here's some of the prints I did. Nothing, I had 0 issues. I printed these various things, and there might be something printing on here right now for a later video, but it prints beautifully. Like, look at this. This is it's supposed to be a green tree, but I ran out of green filament. It's one of those collapsible like fidget toys. You can hang it up and then you pull it and you hang it like this and it turns into a tree. But this was a print in place, meaning it prints like this and then pops up. These are one of the test prints. These two here were test prints that I got with the memory card. They're like gauge finders for like screws or something, but it was a good way to test it out. Very solid. I shouldn't have used green on it. And then this was a Christmas tree I printed out on it as well. I'll also show the time lapse. This thing has a built-in camera to make time lapses. So everything I print, I have a time lapse of it and I can go back and review. So if something did happen, I can see. But if I want to show y'all, it's already there. I just got to pop it in and you can see that this thing builds from the bottom up and builds really cleanly. Here's the tree. And this was the last of the green filament I had. Shocking, this time of year, green filament is hard to come by. And since I last filmed, you see here off to the side, I went a little crazy on buying different filament colors. Before, when I had my Creality printer, I used just gray because I had to be like, you know, you got to paint everything. So I only got gray. I got gray every time. I actually bought all these colors because we were just in Black Friday sales, and these things were like $10, $15 each. So it was a great time to get filament. I use, what is it called? I use Duramic 3D. I'll put a link to all the ones I got down below, but got like marble, various whites, light brown, dark brown, more grays, a yellow, dark gray, blue, light blue. The orange is what I had from before. And then in the printer, I have a red, a gray, a marble silver, and a black. This was another thing I printed here. You can kind of see it's like a manger scene. It's meant to put 3 tea candles in the back, LED tea candles, not actual fire. This will melt. And then it shows a little like silhouette scene. I wanted to print something unique though, something different. So this is a Lego Deadpool. This was printed in, I think it was 4 different parts. The first part was all the red, basically the red, the head, the chest, the 2 arms, the 2 legs. And then the next print was like this torso piece here, the guns. And then there's a holder on the back for his knives. And then the eyes print separately as well. But it was just going on the app, finding it like, oh, I want to do that. And then I knew based on the app that I had red and black installed in my printer. I was getting ready for Christmas stuff. And so I was like, okay. And the nice thing about the app, I should mention, is it has profiles. Other people who've printed this have made print profiles and they have said, you know, this is red, this is black, this is red, this is black. And they have it set up just for this printer already. So you're just taking somebody's profile that's known to work and known to fit, and all the colors are lined up, and you just hit print and send it. The only thing you got to check for is what color filament you have in your AMS, and then line them up with their suggested colors. It even throws an error if you try and put like green where red is. It's like, are you sure you want to do that? Filament mismatch, and then you can correct it. So that is the BambuLab P1S 3D printer. I am still blown away by the quality and the consistency of this thing. When I was watching videos on this, people said this is the printer for people who want to print and they want to just have stuff that works. They don't want to learn how a 3D printer is put together and taken apart and put back together again. This is somebody who just wants to throw prints at it and have fun. I back up that statement entirely. This is amazing. As you see, I have another Christmas gift in here. So this video will probably be after Christmas at this point because I can't spoil that. But it's that easy. I was laying in bed last night and I'm like, you know, I could probably do this pretty easily. And I found one and it fit all on one plate, all in one color, because you got to paint this one, of course. But we'll see this in a different video. Don't worry about what's going on behind the curtain there. But yeah, that's gonna be a wrap for this video. This was the unboxing and setup and first couple test prints of the BambuLab P1S printer, amazing. When this is on sale again for, I guess, early in the year, or if you ever see it on sale, definitely pick it up. They have the BambuLab X1 Carbon, X1C. That is only recommended if you want to print exotic materials. A lot of the videos I saw said that's for carbon, that's for like different types of glass infused fibers and stuff like that. But if you're just doing PLA, ABS, maybe even PETG, but mainly if you're doing stuff like this, it's PLA. It's the type of plastic it is. P1S is the way to go. And you can always upgrade it if you want to tinker with it, but wow, blown away. Just look at that. Look at this guy all close up. Oh, there's going to be more to come from this channel on 3D printing, especially when it's cold outside, because it's like 20 some degrees over here in Maryland right now. And I'm not going to work in the garage, even though I have a pile of parts sitting out there waiting to be installed on the Subaru. That'll be when it gets warmer. And I got to finish painting in that other video. Got a lot to do outside, but I'm going to see some more 3D prints because this stuff is cool too. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you were able to experience something different that you don't usually see on this channel. If you have any questions, let me know down below. If there's anything you want to see me print, I definitely, as you saw earlier in the video, I print a lot of big props. I'm all about the more life-size, larger props. So if you want to see any more of that, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you want me to make. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. So as you see, I definitely like printing marble props out, really large marble props out. I forgot all about this 3D print. I never actually got around to painting it. This is the skull, the bird skull from the Marvel show Moon Knight on Disney+. This was definitely one of my 2020 hobbies, printing out different things, fusing them together. This is multiple prints, 1, 2, 3, I think, and they were all fused together on the inside. If any of the old school people out there know what this is, put it in the comments below. And then at one point I made this miniature Loki staff. I wonder if I tap you with this, will you like and subscribe? Like and subscribe. I guess it doesn't work like that. Maybe I'll get around to finishing this. I know this one was in the background. I really should hang these on the wall or something. So this is my Captain America shield. This is the broken Captain America shield from Endgame. As you see, it was printed in, you see the back side, it was printed in multiple pieces. So we got a section here, here, and then I believe it's 1, 2, 3 sections here. And it was all fused together. And then lots of Bondo, lots of sanding, and then multiple layers of paint, and then a clear coat on top. It is really satisfying spinning this around. And that is gonna be a wrap for this video. Please make sure you like and subscribe if you like this kind of sometimes 3D printing content. A little bit different since it's cold outside, so if you have any ideas for projects, definitely put them down in the comments below. Maybe something at this scale, maybe something bigger. At one point I was trying to make a full-scale Iron Man suit / statue, so maybe that could be continued with this amazing printer behind me. Anyways, see you next time. Peace.